My name is Cynthia Wanser, and this is my speech. China and its promotion of the automobile industry over the health of its people. With me today in my audience, today, I have my daughter Tabitha and my youngest granddaughter Barbara. And then I have my husband Lenny. We'll be married 26 years next week. And the other member of my audience is my best friend Andrea DeVries. There we go. Sorry, technical difficulties. The automobile has been around since the 1800s, and with that great advancement came even more challenges. In China, the car has not always been a great necessity because most of the areas of production have been in big cities, and there wasn't much in the rural areas. But as China has sought to grow their economy, factories are now moving out into the rural areas and growing even more in the cities, causing them to have to bring migrants from the rural areas into the cities to work in these factories. And this has now increased China's need for automobiles on the personal level, but also on the employment level. This need has increased 10 times since 1970, and it has gone from 0.6 million to 1.06 million in a period of 10 years. The government in the 90s has decided that they wanted to implement widespread use of vehicles throughout their country. The personal use alone of vehicles has increased from 6 million to 140 million in the last 15 years alone. This increased growth in the automotive industry has devastated the environment of China, and along with devastating the environment, the health of their people, due to dangerous work environment and both air and water pollution. The automotive industry has the highest injury rate in the entire country of China, with 1 in 3 employees having reported work-related injuries. Migrant workers are often hired informally, which therefore gives the employers no responsibility over their employees when injuries do occur. So this 1 in 3 ratio is probably much higher because many of the migrant injuries and health-related diseases go unreported. These migrant workers are expected to work very long days, 9 to 11 hours and 6 days a week minimum is for the typical migrant worker. According to Charles Schmidt in Economy and Environment of China, he states that these migrant workers work the 3 Ds, the dirty, the dangerous, and the demeaning jobs. Unfortunately, this is just the tip of the iceberg for the effect on the people of China. When you look at pollution, both air and water, it has devastated the people. Several factors that have impacted them have been the overuse of materials through deforestation, increased CO2 emissions, which is from just the actual use of the vehicles, and sulfur dioxide, which is produced during the production phase of these automobiles, according to Peter Navarro in his journal, The Dark Side of China's Economy. China has 16 of the top 20 most polluted cities in the world. It is the second largest producer of CO2 emissions from the use of vehicles. 90% of China's groundwater is polluted, and 60% of their water has been deemed undrinkable. Unfortunately, in China, one of the bigger issues is that there's little enforcement of any regulations that may be set forth. China does not meet the current World Health Organization standards for air or water pollution. It has also been stated that in China, 400,000 people die yearly prematurely due to air pollution related diseases alone. Government officials are very careful about what information they release, which makes it very difficult for the World Health Organization or other countries to truly be able to assist China in their own endeavor to decrease pollution. Facilities run by the government are often the most polluted ones. So therefore, of course, they want to cover their own tail. They want to make sure that their bottom line is not being affected. and they have been known to be the most polluted. The government has also set forth very low consequences with very low fines for companies that don't meet their regulations. These fines are so low that it's actually cheaper for most of these production companies to pay the fine as opposed to decreasing pollution by using later technology that has been developed. Officials in China have turned a blind eye, as evidenced by these facts that I've shared with you today, and they are more concerned with the bottom line of increasing their economy and negating the plight of the Chinese people who are dying day in and day out. Thank you.